Greetings, Banff Warriors. Greetings. Welcome to the Results Kill Excuses channel. I'm your host, Greg. I'm a freedom alignment coach here on a mission to get the attention, build the trust, and ultimately help men release their vices, start healing that emotional pain that you got hidden underneath the surface, deep down inside of you, and ultimately inspire you, encourage you, and empower you to become the divine, masculine leader that you were put on this planet to be. And yet I know I'm going up against the forces that be. The forces that be. Men are really suffering right here, right now. In this day and age, more than ever, men are suffering. Did you know? I was looking up statistics today. We can get real today. And it's because this is my purpose. This is my mission. If you're new to my channel, you're new to my content, welcome. I appreciate you. I hope that you'll stick around to listen to my conversations and engage, comment, subscribe, share. Because I truly believe that we need each other. This is the part where we need each other. Positive male role models. There's a lot of different categories, right? In terms of the manosphere, right? We got the health and fitness gurus, right? We got the pickup artist gurus, red pill, right? We got the money makers, right? And then I think probably the smallest category is someone like me, which is the composition of all of it, the entire man, the anointing of a divine masculine leader and a positive male role model. Because I'm someone that when I hit rock bottom, 12 years ago, I hit the rock bottom, right? 2 DWIs throughout the course of my life, a domestic arrest, getting divorced 5 years ago, right? After 21 years of marriage, right? I went the distance with marriage, and I got a heck of a lot of stories about not only marriage, but also dating in my 40s. I'm 40 years young right now, 45 years young, excuse me. Um, and I could toot my horn about a lot of different accomplishments, but it really took the catalyst was hitting rock bottom. And if there is anything that would bring me more pleasure today, right, it wouldn't be having sex. It would be knowing that I reached one man and caused him to shift his mindset, shift his belief, and to pivot from the downward trajectory of crashing and burning, right? Because that's what most of us as men, that's what it takes. It takes us hitting the rock bottom. We're on this self-destruct path. And again, as I'm looking, suicide rates. Do y'all know how bad suicide rates are in men? 4 times higher than women. Why is that? Right. The average is right 14 out of every 100,000 men. But there's another article here where it's double that in men over 50, and it keeps going up. Why would men that have lived for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, why would they want to kill themselves? Someone answer that. Someone comment down below. Why the older you get as a man, the higher the chances are of you wanting to kill yourself. I think because you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you just don't know a better way. And that shit grieves me, right? I've had suicidal ideation. I'm a veteran that's diagnosed with PTSD. And yet, many, 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 many dark nights of the soul have I wanted to end my life, delete myself, because that pain was so heavy, was so dark and hopeless. I want you to know that if you're feeling that right here, right now, I see you, I hear you. Please reach out. I'm not just here to get on here to toot my horn and talk, 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 talk. Help is on the way, right? We are building a community, right? If you're interested in group support, in one-on-one support, reach out. Reach out to me. Be seen, be heard. Know that you're not alone. My therapist has always told me if I kill myself, I'm killing the wrong person, right? And, I'm someone that being in the veteran community, I, from about right shortly after me hitting rock bottom, that was a huge pivot point in my life. I gave up the alcohol, I gave up the THC use. Um, my now ex-wife and me at the time, we had a 10-month separation. She had filed the divorce papers, the criminal charges coming off of domestic, and those got dropped. The domestic got dropped. The divorce got shelved, and we reconciled for 7 more years after that. It was wild. But at that time, I said, you know what? Like, I just had that sobering up period where I'm like, I can't do this no more. Enough's enough, man. I cannot live this life. I need help. And I know that there's a better version of me that exists. And I'm really proud of myself because getting help was not easy. Asking for help as a man is, I think most of us would rather die, if I'm honest, right? Most of us would rather die than say, hey, I need some help. Something's wrong and I can't figure it out. And yet, we get sucked into these traps, the distraction traps, right? We're busting our asses at work, right? Barely scraping by with a paycheck, going above and beyond, feeling unappreciated many times. And yet, what do we have to show for it? Like, we externalize, like we want to see our kids do better than us, right? Those of you that are fathers, I'm sure you want to see your children do better than you, than what you got. So you make a lot of sacrifices for that, right? You want to keep your partner happy. And so you make a lot of sacrifices for that. And then you want to, you know, do everything that's being asked of you, meet other people's needs, whether that's in the workplace, whether that's at home, in your family, extended family, immediate family, and it overwhelms you because many of us as men, let me know if you relate to this, we don't feel like we got any time for ourselves. And the problem with that mindset is you need to really start to embrace the concept. I want you to embrace the concept that you are the master of your time. You are the co-creator of your life. So everything that you can account for right here, right now, wherever your life is, whatever your life is, it's because of you, man. It's because of you, king. You're the king. This is your kingdom that you are immersed in. It don't feel that way because you are feeling like a defeated king. And I want you to feel like you can turn it all around. I want you to know that you, by divine birthright, are called to be supreme, superior, victorious. But many of us, it's going to take that crash and burn. Many of us, it's going to take hitting rock bottom. And many of us won't make it out of that rock bottom. We'll stay there. We'll make a home out of it. We'll say this is the hand I'm dealt, which is some sucker ass shit. And I've been there. I know what it is to feel that way, to feel totally defeated, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And I have helped many, many, many men, veterans, civilians, you name it, successful people, anonymous people, feeling that they're just totally unseen, unheard, non-existent, total strangers. I've helped many, 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 hundreds upon hundreds of men regain their confidence, their identity, and their divinity to truly be a masculine role model in their lives. But it takes a willingness. And yet, where I believe it started with me, number one, right? Number one was I had to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. And ultimately, I had to also get honest with myself to say, how much time am I wasting and what am I wasting my time on? How much time are you wasting, king, man? How much time are you wasting and what are you wasting it on? Is it truly giving you life? Are you truly building? As men, we need adversity. We need to be able to overcome resistance. And many of us, because our confidence and we just feel unappreciated, we're at an all-time low. That's why we're killing ourselves. We're deleting ourselves because we feel so shitty and we don't know where to start. Where I started was, where am I and how did I get here? And ultimately, what does that mean? That means that I had to say, everything that exists in my life right now is my responsibility. I am 100% responsible. You know, all those arguments, right, that you've had with your lover, your spouse, your wife, your other significant other, all those arguments, it's, you know, there's always got to be a winner and a loser, right? We get so caught up in the logical, trying to figure women out. We love you, queens. We love you, women. But come on now. We're two different creatures. Y'all's emotional. We're just logical. We would be much happier with no drama, right? We just want to kind of mind our business, go get that check, get that bag, come home to a loving partner, intimate, passionate. But no, we get all kinds of other stuff. And we create that stuff. But it takes us taking accountability, man. You can't be winning and losing. Just own it all. Just know that that is just what is given to you as a man, is to just take a total accountability, 100% extreme accountability of your life. Because once you do that, now you are empowered, right? You're no longer a victim. So you release the victim and you empower yourself, right? Which is hard because a lot of us are hurt little boys inside. We got mommy issues, we got daddy issues too, right? Because this is where this comes from, this lack of self-confidence, this victimization, this feeling betrayed, this feeling abandoned, this all of this hurt, it comes from our childhood, right? We've been abused, we've been betrayed, we've felt like a burden, we have felt unloved. And yet, when you realize ain't nobody coming to rescue you, stop waiting. Stop waiting. Ain't nobody gonna come rescue you. If you need 10 jobs, get 10 jobs. If you need 2 jobs, get 2 jobs. If you need to work out at 5 o'clock in the morning, go work out at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? If you need to give up the vices, give up the vices. They're not doing you no favors. Like, it's having that warrior mindset. That's the results kill excuses. That's what finally came outside of me from the inside, was I realized that my excuses were killing my results. And that if I wanted to start stacking wins and seeing some progress and some growth and some traction in my life, I needed to stop making them fucking excuses and start stacking results, taking action, even if it's imperfect, even if I'm not where I wish I could be. Just get out of the mind, get out of the thinking, and start doing. As men, man, we thrive when we just jump into action. Think about it. We love action films. We love it. Am I wrong? You love action. You love the sports. It's action packed. You love like the superhero movies. They're action packed, right? We love all those movies that are full of action, good guys and bad guys. And yet it's no different for you. You need to be your hero. You need to rescue you. And as you do that, you're going to save a lot of people around you just by improving who you are. But enough has to be enough. You have to truly want it, because ain't nobody gonna do it for you. And I was reading this article today. It breaks my heart to realize, like, one of the biggest things that holds us back is our dependency on alcohol. I would call it an addiction, because I'm sure you're way past experimentation. I'm sure you're past just regular use, little glass of wine. I'm sure it's more. You've probably done some risky shit with alcohol. That means that there's probably some more dependency, right? And that means that there's addiction. And yet, right, alcohol, from a health standpoint, right, it has serious health effects, right? It magnifies your depression, your anxiety. It even increases your chance of like getting cancer. That's the number 2, right? Killer. Number 1 killer is heart disease. Number 2 is cancer. Right? Men are so at risk of the heart disease from the overindulgence, the overeating, right? And cancers. So if you're a drinker, right, it also affects what? Your sex drive. Right? If you're not feeling sexy, you're not feeling like you have the libido to get after it, I mean, that's going to mess with your confidence too. And again, I want you to know that when you start is now. It's today. How you start, right? Reach out. If you need a blueprint, stay tuned, because I'm going to continue to go into depths and details to be able to help guide those of you that are truly ready, right? That are truly ready to hear what you need to hear and then to start doing what you need to do. Hear and do. Information, knowledge is power. And here at the Results Kill Excuses, man, like, you got to be the team captain. You got to be willing to set aside the victimization, and you got to be willing to make some sacrifices, some major sacrifices of comfort. Like, if you're a huge fanatic, I was that guy. I used to go all over the country going to live games. At least I was going to live games. I still watched a ton of tube sports, but man, I watched a lot of live events, which cost me, it's a high cost for some of the games. I've been to World Series, I've been to playoffs, I've been to a lot of sporting events, and I used to be a total fanatic. I can't even tell you the last time I sat and watched more than 10 minutes of a game. I don't even have television, you guys. I don't even got TV, right? So we talking positive male role model in 2024. I want you to be bold enough to say, you don't even need a television right now. You just don't need it. You don't need to watch anything other than yourself in the mirror, kicking ass at the gym, right? right? Listening to audiobooks, increasing your knowledge, right? Whatever your goals are, learning how to cook healthier, more nutritious meals, right? Seeing yourself say no to going out, to partying, to drinking. You know how powerful that is, man. You get invited somewhere, right? A company function, a family function, you get invited and you know it's all sloppy drinking. And for you to be the man that says, nah, I don't do that no more. Peer pressure, right away, man. Right away, you get pushed back. Oh, really? Like, it's like, it's so funny that when you stop partaking, that somehow everyone else thinks you've got the problem. That's the reverse. That's the biggest reverse psychology ever. Is that when you choose to abstain from alcohol, when you're around a bunch of alcoholics, whether they're work people, old friends, family, when you're the person abstaining, they all look like you got the problem. When it's like, nah, 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 nah. You got the solution. You have the solution. I've got the solution. I want you to have the solution. Are you tough enough? Do you have the mental and emotional fortitude to be able to say, let me give myself some time. Let me break from that habit right now, from that addiction. Do you have it in you? Because it starts here and it starts right now. Ain't no guarantees for tomorrow, next month, next year, right? If you feel like you don't have time, guess what? It's time to make time. What did I say earlier? As men, we have to be the masters of our time and the co-creators of our life, which also means that you need to create some connection and start building up a spiritual practice as men. You're called to be a spiritual leader. Women, children need men to lead them spiritually, right? They don't need you to lead them on cheering for other men. Hey babe, let's go watch the team. Let's watch our favorite team together. I'll tell you, that's one of the most unattractive things. I'm gonna put women on blast right now. As a man that's single, that's been like in the dating scene for the past 5 years post divorce, when I've gotten on dating apps, this is a total side note. So if you get upset, it is what it is. We're gonna talk relationships on here too. It's one of the most unattractive things when I see women like posting up like dudes. And what I mean when I say that is you're wearing jerseys, you're all teamed out drinking beer. That's dudes. That's a dude thing. Like that's not sexy, ladies. Women, that's not sexy, right? And I'm going to be here to help women as well. I'm working on a strategy. The main focus here though is men being a positive male role model, knowing that if I can inspire more men to truly believe in themselves, start taking that inspired action and sticking with it, not giving up, not fucking coming up short, not settling, but literally conquering yourself, conquering your demons, conquering all the bullshit between your fucking ears, behind your eyeballs, in your head, so that you can bust past the excuses, bust past the bullshit, and truly start to take ownership of your life. Say, I got this. I'm tired of this. And I'm going to start to change it all around. And it starts just disciplining what you're putting in your mouth, disciplining all the time that you're wasting. Take accountability of your wasted time. How are you using your time, your free time? How do you use it? And how could you use it more effectively to do activities that build you up? For me, throw the fucking TV out, right? I want you to throw the TV out. I want you to cut the fucking cable subscription, the satellite subscription. Throw it out, man, right? Don't get the fucking NFL. Don't get the ticket this year. Throw it out. You ain't got time for that. You're doing personal development now. That's what we're doing here. We're building up men. And I'm the role model. I'm the team captain. I'm the head honcho here. And I'm willing to let anybody and everybody you put the spotlight. There ain't no bullshit here. I'm 100% authentic. I'm the most powerful version I've ever been. I've never taken any testosterone boosters, nothing like that. My food is my medicine. My food is my fuel. I'm all natural. And I have turned it all around because I know what it was to let it go in my 30s. I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to die in my sleep with a CPAP on, fucking just, I thought I was going to die in my 30s. Straight the fuck up, man. Fattest I'd ever been, 242 and a half pounds. And right now I hover at between 185 and 190. And I feel so good, man. I feel so lean. I feel so youthful. I feel so energetic. I feel powerful. I feel sexy. I feel handsome. I know I'm getting looks in every room I go to. And ain't nothing gonna stop me from doing that. I'm not gonna turn back to alcohol. I'm gonna swerve on fucking overeating, overindulging, because I don't want that. I want to feel the way I do right now. And I want you to be able to do the same. I'm not unique in that regard. You have it in you, but you gotta be willing to dig in, stay the course, quit making the motherfucking excuses, because you know the drill. Results kill excuses, where your growth equals your greatness.